What's up, guys? I'm back for part two of the tier list. The aura tier list, I should say. Last time we discussed Zapdos and Skarmory, and I'd like to continue to Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is far on the right because it creates a lot of momentum and it can really end games fast. But it's also on it's a bit on the luck side instead of on the strategy side, which is a little bit lower aura. Um, and this is what I mean by that. Like as soon as Aerodactyl comes in, like you mostly know what's going to happen. Like either it's going to fail no matter how much luck it has, or it's going to get through with a bit of luck, or it's going to get through easily. And so as soon as it comes in, basically you know what's going to happen. Like it's just going to stay in. It's just going to click Rock Slide. So with that, I think it's a bit predictable, which I also think is low aura, even though it's not on the alignment charts. I think it creates a bit of luck, though it does create momentum. So that's what I think of Arrow. If we look on the left and bottom, like these are low aura mons to me. We're talking about Espeon, Lantern, Ampharos. Not because like their gameplay is necessarily that. It's not necessarily low aura. It's because they're just so bad. Like they can hardly do anything. So anytime it comes in, it just ruins the game. Like I don't want to see Ampharos die in one turn and do nothing, okay? Like I'm also looking at this from a caster's perspective, from a watcher's perspective. I don't play myself. I see this sport as boxing. I don't want to box. I just want to see people hit each other. And I think it's okay if people that watch this don't play themselves with that. But that's why they take momentum, because they just end the game basically in a not good way, and they require a lot of luck to pull off. Like it has to be like the perfect team. It has to be played in a way that you're gonna end up with foes that they're good into. Like sure, a Lantern could win against the Zapdos, just because that's full absorb, but that's about it. Like you got to be left with just the Zapdos or something like that. Like it just requires a bit of luck. We've got at the far bottom is also Scissor. Like it's kind of similar like the others, but it can work if it gets like a good baton pass or like just a good setup turn. So with that, I'm also putting it on very heavily luck dependent. But once in a while, like I've seen it do something like once or twice. It really does just end the game in a really positive way. It's really exciting to see. But you do need a lot of luck to pull it off. Well, if we go a bit more to the middle, maybe at the bottom, like Dragonites, I've seen it do stuff. Like that's why it's not at the bottom. Like, for example, H-Clat's 1800 challenge, like it really does go to 1800. It really can do a lot, especially with the Calm Mind boost. Seeing as its stats are just 600, it's really a lot. Like I couldn't personally tell you why you don't see it higher up in OU. But it is rare. Kind of the same as Quagsire. I think it also requires a bit of luck. But when it comes in, and that's why it's a bit further to the right, when it comes in, like it's not as likely to do nothing as Dragonite. Like maybe like they are very close together, so it is pretty close. But like if it comes in an end game with a curse, and it's not like, it might just end up being a very exciting end game that Quagsire wins. And either way, it's quite exciting to see it because it can curse up, and it does have water absorb, so it does have moments to come in. So it's not as lucky as Dragonite, and definitely not as lucky as Scissor. It requires a little bit more strategy, and it creates a little bit more momentum just because it succeeds more often, I feel like, anyway. If we go all the way to the top and middle, we see Jolteon. And Jolteon is quite a high strategy mon. Like, forgive me for doing this now. I'm gonna put it a little bit higher even. It used to be even. You used to see it even more than now, but just getting it in on the right turns, getting the speed, using the speed properly, and I have to say I'm mostly saying this from what I've heard, because what it was like a podcast with Callus and someone, and they were talking about Jolteon. I think Callus said something like, "Yeah, because or it wasn't him, but who I don't remember who said it, but like, yeah, Jolteon is just so bad or whatever." And Kurtz was playing with it all through CI 1, 2, and 3, and then the others were like, "Well, Jolteon is a real A tier when Kurtz is playing it, just because you need so much skill for it." So just because of that, I'm putting it high on strategy. I couldn't say for myself if this is the case, but I kind of trust those guys. I remember it being good. So that's why it's there. Sue me. If we go a little bit lower, we see Fori. And again, a mon that you don't see as often anymore, but definitely requires a lot of strategy. It can take quite a bit of hits, but it's hard to get it in. And it definitely has a little bit of mind game with Gengar as well. It has to watch out for Magneton. But it is a spiker like Skarmory, so that's why I put it on creating momentum as well. Kind of the same with Starmie. Like it's the spike game, the spinning game, creates a lot of strategy, and it also has the sweeping aspect of it, which would make it like Aerodactyl, but it's just a bit more versatile, seeing as it can switch its moves. And does have a bit of the luck factor, but I feel like it's cancelled out by the spinning aspect of it. Like it's not as one-dimensional as Arrow. Well, I'm gonna call it here for part 2, but part 3 is gonna be here at some point.